It is often said that happiness is a journey, not a destination. But in Islam, it is both. We are encouraged to seek and enjoy the goodness of this world in a permissible way, which is usually referred to as the journey. At the same time, we are also meant to strive for the ultimate, infinite happiness of the hereafter, the destination we all hope and pray to achieve. In today's video, we're going to go over the findings of the latest World Happiness Report 2025. We'll discuss how the key factors for worldly happiness identified in that report align with the timeless wisdom of Islam. We'll also look at how practicing these tips brings out the best parts of our natural predisposition, and with the right intention, increases our worship and helps us strive even harder for the never-ending happiness of paradise. Welcome to Al-Fitrah Lifestyle, a channel dedicated to holistic Islamic wellness. In today's video, we're going to explore key factors that contribute to happiness, and how Islam has always pointed us in the right direction. If you find this type of content interesting, please consider subscribing to our channel to make sure you never miss a video. It may not surprise you to find out that the key factors contributing to happiness, according to the World Happiness Report, align rather perfectly with Islamic teachings. Let's explore the key findings of the report, discuss the relevant teachings from the Qur'an and Sunnah, and discover how Islam provides a timeless blueprint for meaningful and lasting happiness, guiding us toward fulfillment and peace in both this life and the hereafter. The first insight of the report focuses on the importance of acts of kindness within the community, covering everything from volunteering and helping strangers to returning a lost wallet and donating to charity. These, of course, are some of the defining features of good character and conduct for any Muslim. What's even more interesting is that the report emphasizes the value of genuine altruistic intention behind good deeds. It also notes that communities where people expect kindness from one another are more likely to thrive. This aligns beautifully with Islamic teachings, which place a strong emphasis on good intentions and encourage us to assume the best of one another and overlook each other's faults. The next point presented in the report underscores how sharing meals impacts perceived well-being and life satisfaction. It also strengthens social support and positive reciprocity in communities where meal sharing is more common. This is a well-known sunnah of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, who said, "Eat together and do not eat separately, for the blessing is in being together." The study even highlights how the word companion originates from the Latin words cum and panis, which literally mean, with bread. Another determining factor of happiness is living in a larger household. According to the report, households of 4 to 5 people, and even couples with at least one child, show considerably higher life satisfaction than those living alone. This too is reflected in the timeless wisdom of Islam, which encourages having many children and maintaining strong kinship with extended family. Social connections are vital for our well-being, especially during young adulthood. Unfortunately, we're seeing a devastating decrease in meaningful connections. What's worse, many young adults underestimate their peers' empathy, causing them to stay isolated instead of reaching out, missing out on meaningful bonds. In Islam, the sense of community is essential. We attend congregational prayers, standing shoulder to shoulder regardless of social rank or race. We refer to the Muslim collective as the Ummah, emphasizing that we should treat one another like family. Reaching out and supporting one another goes hand in hand with building social connections. As mentioned earlier, many young adults underestimate the compassion of their peers, which is why it's especially important to proactively offer support. In an authentic hadith, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "A believer to another believer is like a building whose different parts enforce each other. A beautifully simple yet profound way to show how a healthy society supports its members, keeping the whole structure strong and united. Another topic highlighted in the World Happiness Report is trust, whether in one another or in institutions. The report shows that a lack of trust reduces individual happiness and that people with low levels of trust are more likely to gravitate toward political extremes, especially the far right. Islam warns us about the harms of suspicion. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Avoid suspicion, for suspicion is the gravest lie in talk. And do not be inquisitive about one another, do not spy on one another, do not envy one another, do not nurse malice, and do not turn away from one another. Be fellow brothers and servants of God." Imagine how prosperous society would be if we followed this simple advice, which brings out the best in our character and promotes harmony within our communities. The final point in the report is about donating to charitable causes and how it affects happiness. Interestingly, the research shows a clear difference in happiness per dollar, depending on the cost efficiency of the charity. Once again, this highlights the beauty and perfection of Islam, which encourages us to give charity first and foremost to those we can reach directly. Cost-efficient, ongoing acts of charity, like building a mosque or digging a well, are emphasized in Islam because they benefit people for years to come. Modern research confirms what Islam has taught for over 1,400 years. Happiness is not found in material possessions or status, but in meaningful relationships, mutual trust, and acts of kindness. Islam is a religion of ease, a guide not just for individual worship or knowing right from wrong, but for building strong families and harmonious communities. If this video resonates with you, leave a like, or share it with someone who might benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe to Al-Fitrah Lifestyle to stay updated on all of our latest content. Which of these factors matter most to your well-being? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you again in the next video.